Walking to the honky-tonk, there she was, boots and all, shooting down some fireball. Copperhead just came on, she walked out on the dance floor and pointed, and she said, come get you some. Now girl, I can't help but stare, days and dooms, I swear. I can't dance and I don't care, can I two-step you right out of here? If you're looking for some fun later on, girl, come get you some. Come get you some. Girl, you don't know what you do to me. If love's your drug, girl, I got your fix, come get you some. Get you some. Some old boy come 10 feet tall, pushed me up against the wall. He said, you know this my girl hogs. I said, oh, hell no. You're looking for some trouble in the parking lot, son, come get you some. Come get you some. Girl, you don't know what you do to me. If love's your drug, girl, I got your fix, come get you some. Baby, I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know that she came here with you. I didn't mean to cause no scene, but that girl's coming home with me. Come get you some. Get you some. Girl, you don't know what you do to me. If love's your drug, girl, I got your fix, come get you some. Get you some. Oh, now come on, girl, come get you some. Get you some. Walking to the honky-tonk, there she was, boots and all, shooting down some fireball. Copperhead just came on, she walked out on the dance floor and pointed, and she said, come get you some. Now girl, I can't help but stare, days and dooms, I swear. I can't dance and I don't care, can I two-step you right out of here? If you're looking for some fun later on, girl, come get you some. Come get you some. Girl, you don't know what you do to me. If love's your drug, girl, I got your fix, come get you some. Get you some. Some old boy come 10 feet tall, pushed me up against the wall. He said, you know this my girl hogs. I said, oh, hell no. You're looking for some trouble in the parking lot, son, come get you some. Come get you some. Girl, you don't know what you do to me. If love's your drug, girl, I got your fix, come get you some. Baby, I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know that she came here with you. I didn't mean to cause no scene, but that girl's coming home with me. Come get you some. Get you some. Girl, you don't know what you do to me. If love's your drug, girl, I got your fix, come get you some. Get you some. Oh, now come on, girl, come get you some. Get you some. Walking to the honky-tonk, there she was, boots and all, shooting down some fireball. Copperhead just came on, she walked out on the dance floor and pointed and she said, come get you some. Now girl, I can't help but stare, days and dooms, I swear. I can't dance and I don't care, can I two-step you right out of here? If you're looking for some fun later on, girl, come get you some.
It's transitioning. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the FretJob. It's a live talk show where we dig into the bones of the guitar world, and our discussions touch on pretty much anything with strings. The FretJob is broadcasted live from Frizzell Guitar at 228 Jane Trail, Danville, Kentucky. Kentucky's premier guitar store, full-service luthier shop, and the home of Frizzell custom-built guitars handmade by master luthier Brandon Edwards. Now, moving on, it's time I introduce you to my co-host, owner, and master luthier at Frizzell Guitars, my friend, Brandon Edwards. What's up, Brandon?
Hey, how's it going? So I'd like to introduce you my co-host, Jonathan Recorder, greatest real estate guy, great friend, and one of the baddest and greatest musicians you'll know. Sorry, guys. I think my nerves are getting the best of me this morning. No.
Simmer down now. All right. So if you all didn't notice, the music that you heard before our intro, the song that was in the, I guess you'd call it the waiting room, that was an artist that's up and coming, an artist that's local to Danville, but he is starting to be everywhere, and his name is Brad Harden, and he's a sponsored artist at Frizzell Guitar. He's awesome. I mean, you really need to check him out. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the country music scene. So y'all check him out, man. He's really good. Brandon, didn't you go to Austin City Saloon with them this weekend and guitar tech for him down there at the show?
Yeah, we went to Corbin this weekend. Man, if you missed that show, you missed a great one. Man, Brad, he has a band called the A-Team that plays with him. He calls his band the A-Team. And I'll tell you what, the A-Team brings down the house along with Brad. I mean, Brad, it brings the biggest crowd in Kentucky for country music playing by himself. He brings the biggest crowds, the biggest people. Brad is a force not to be reckoned with. He is one talented. I mean, every time I listen to Brad play, I hear a show, it's like, man, this guy was born to perform. This guy was born to do country music.
That's awesome, man. So down to the job you were doing down there, you were actually guitar teching. I'm sure you were enjoying the show, but you actually had a job to do down there. You were guitar teching. How'd that go? I mean, everything go pretty smooth?
He broke a string like the first song.
Hey, man.
He always breaks the G string. For some reason, on all his guitars, he always breaks his G string.
Yeah, I've known guys like that. I tell you what, man, at least that gave you a chance to spring into action. I mean, guitar tech, and you're pretty much watching the show unless something goes wrong or unless you're doing your preparations for the show.
I mean, I help the guys set up and take down and anything Brad needs. And sometimes, depending on it, I'll restring the guitar before shows. You know, put a fresh set of strings on there and whatnot, clean it up, make sure the action and everything's on the guitar is great. Make sure that he's got a fresh battery in his preamp. He played a Takamine down there this weekend, so that was pretty cool. He's waiting on. We're doing some stuff to his J45. So yeah. So hey, you wanna go on this product spotlight, John?
Yeah. I got a product spotlight for you.
What you got for us today, man?
So what I've got is actually, I'm gonna kind of spotlight just a whole brand of guitars they've made some good stuff over the years, and the company is Takamine, and they were founded in 1959, and they've made guitars of all levels, professional level guitars. They've made the G Series, and the G Series has kind of been a workhorse for learning and up and coming people that are just getting into playing. It's a great series of guitars. They're good quality for a good price. And I'll tell you what Takamine did that's really important, and you touched on it a second ago when you said something about making sure Brad had fresh batteries and all that. Takamine, man, they pioneered the design of the preamp equalizer component in their guitar.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, can I add to this here with the?
Yeah, sure.
You know, ahead. I bought a Santa Fe. I bought an OM. It's like a smaller body. I bought a Santa Fe. It has a damaged top. They are beautiful. It's got to have some work. I've been slowly working on part of it. But I'll tell you this with that guitar. I will honestly tell you this with that. I mean, with any guitar. My very first decent acoustic guitar was a Takamine. Had a G series. I loved it, you know. I'll never forget. I think me and my dad went to a pawn shop in Richmond or somewhere, and they had this hanging on the wall. And I wanted something better than what I had. So he got me this acoustic guitar. I got it. I played the crap out of it, and I liked it. I played the heck out of it. I liked it, and it was kind of like my workhorse starting out. That was what I played with: a Strat copy and a Takamine acoustic guitar.
And I tell you what, man, you're not the only person that's ever used a Takamine guitar as their workhorse. I'm gonna name a few people here that have jammed Takamine guitars for years. Some of them, most of them. And it's people like Blake Shelton, man, Jerry Garcia, Vince Gill. I mean, there's Bruce Springsteen, Garth Brooks.
Yeah, John Bon Jovi.
Yeah, Garth Brooks, man, he's probably one of the, more out front stars during the '90s that had a Takamine strap.
Let's talk about more recent years. Let's talk about in more recent years. Bob Seger, he uses one on stage.
Yeah, lots of guys, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course. They are great guitars. And
especially in country music. Country music is full of them.
Let me tell you this. I'll tell you, when I think of Takamine guitars, this is who I associate with. I think of Takamine guitars, I think of Toby Keith, and I think of Toby Keith, and I think of Blake Shelton. But I think of Toby Keith mainly. When I think of Takamine guitars, I think of Toby Keith.
Yeah, I noticed like on The Voice, Blake, he's a coach on The Voice. I noticed he gives a lot of his artists that make it towards the end, he gives them a Takamine guitar.
Well, that's great. I didn't know that, so you're telling me something new. Stand-up
guy, man, seems like it. I like him too. I like his music, man.
I'm sure Gwen likes him too. She wouldn't have married him.
Yeah. So getting back to the show down there too. Down there at that show, you said he played a Takamine.
Yeah.
What kind of Takamine was he playing?
He plays a solid black. I think it's a G series. I'll have to look at it more. I don't ever look and pay that much attention.
Takamine guitars are everywhere, man.
There's so many different models too. It ain't even funny.
Yeah, and there's been some really cool limited. There used to be I don't even remember where it was. I was in a store one time and I saw a limited edition little parlor guitar that Tak made. And, man, it had a little guy climbing a mountain inlaid in all different colors.
That's Japanese. Man. Japanese is like the pinnacle of a Japanese. A Japanese Tak is like getting a USA Martin. They're the same high pinnacle. They're handmade.
I really liked it.
So, I mean, that's kind of.
And then there's the EF 341. The most of the ones you see are black. I don't even know if they make it in anything but black.
Ma'am.
But that's a workhorse guitar, and there's solid wood stuff that people really like that.
I mean, they're great for the price. You could spend about $350, get a really good Takamine, get a really good playing and looking Tak. And it sounds good. You could take it on the road, play it live, on stage for only $350.
Maybe go get you a setup on it and get it to where it's plays like butter, man. You can learn better like that.
Yeah, man. And I mean, these are great little workhorse guitars. You get a Chinese-made $350 Takamine, like a decent one. You can find good deals on Reverb or GuitarCenter.com or eBay. You take this guitar, you buy it. You get a good setup on it, get it cleaned up, whatnot. Man, that's a great guitar to learn on. Those things have a killer tone.
Absolutely.
Now, you played several throughout the years, am I right?
I've played a lot. I tell you, Takamine, one of my favorite Taks that I ever had, it was basically like a Martin D18 clone. It was, they call it a lawsuit guitar. I'm sure all these Takamine guys out there that may be watching, they know what the lawsuit Taks are. They have the headstock. The branding on the headstock looks identical pretty much to the Martin branding. But, man, it was a nice guitar. And then I had a G series that was one of the – I would consider it one of the higher-end G series. It was the little parlor guitar. It's called the New Yorker. And it had a three-piece back with a real pretty flame maple centerpiece in it. I really like that little guitar.
I mean, in recent years for myself,
it's like $500, 400, under $500.
So I had one of those like that. It was like had one of those like that. It was like an OM style, and I sold it. I had it for a long time. Well, I sold the guitar right before I moved back to Kentucky because I had so many guitars at the time. I needed to clear out some space, so I sold the guitar. I bought it down in Nashville. I had it for my residency there, and I sold it. But I loved it. It was a great guitar. So, yeah.
So, what about this topic for today? I know this topic it's a big one, man. It's a big topic. Especially for acoustic lovers, it's a big topic.
Yeah, and also we got another product spotlight here as well.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. What are you bringing to the table today?
Yeah, so I'm bringing Kurt Magnin strings to the table today. They're versatile. Can you see that pretty good?
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, maybe get a little closer there and kind of cut that glare. There you go. Yeah.
These lights in my my store here are kind of.
It looks good though.
Yeah, so Takamine guitars. We're not talking. We're talking about Kurt Magnin. Kurt Magnin strings. They're great. They only sell to small stores like me. They make great quality electric strings. I don't know if they make acoustic strings, but they just really make great boutique strings, and they're handcrafted in the USA. And if I'm not mistaken, they're made in Cortez, Colorado. I think that's right. Yep.
Check them out, man.
Check them out.
They gotta be worth checking out if they're American company, man. Give them a shot.
We listened to that song was playing in our opening. Brad Harden, come get you some. Well, I'm gonna say like Brad would say, come get you some. Come get you a set of strings. Kurt Magnin strings.
Set of strings.
Yeah, come get you some. I don't know. I haven't really used, but electric. And we were talking about Takamine made a few electric guitars.
Yeah, I read a little bit about that. I know they're mostly known for acoustics, but I did read about them making a few electric guitars.
Yeah, if you're all just
you ever saw one of them or had one in your hands?
So there's a guy in a Takamine group I'm a part of. He's posted his a couple times. It looks pretty cool.
Right.
He's posted his a few times on there, and I really thought it looked cool. Those of you that are just tuning in, we did a product spotlight on Takamine guitars and then Kurt Magnin. So that's if you guys are just now tuning in a little late. So anyway, so let's talk. Let's dive head first into today's topic. We're going to be talking about tone and Tonewoods. And then here's what I want to say to start out about this. This is a friendly discussion. Tonewoods has been a big debate for a long time, and we're jumping into one of the hot topics here. I'm going to be telling it as a luthier. He's going to be telling it as 20 years playing. But we just want to make this a friendly discussion. Everybody has a right to their own opinions, their own preferences, and what they know based on their experience, based on their training, my training, and what I know and what I've worked with physically. So therefore, that's kind of back and forth, though. I'm going to talk about here. So, John, what wood would you say that has been used for acoustic guitars it shouldn't have been?
Wood that's been used with acoustic guitars and probably shouldn't have been. I would probably say, and I'm sure there's an exception out there somewhere of a great guitar made out of this, but as a general rule, I would say oak is not an ideal wood.
I mean, oak is not a tone wood. Oak is not a wood you see. I mean, if oak was a guitar wood, the shelves at Lowe's would be like gone because of all the oak. Yeah.
I'm not much on the thought of having an oak guitar, acoustic guitar anyway.
For sure. Like I'm not on thoughts of it either. And I know you'll have your own kind of opinionation on this part, but I don't think cherry. I mean, yes, certain circumstances, but I don't think cherry's like that good. I mean, yes, it can be used, but I don't think
it's great. If it was great, you'd see a lot more of it.
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying.
But I have heard of, I have watched a lot of video footage of people playing the Waterloo. They've got that little Stella copy that's cherry, and they make great guitars, so I'm sure it's not a bad sounding guitar.
And you guys let us know your thoughts in the comments as you're going along with us and talking with us, what you think and, your opinionations. And, I mean, you see rosewood. Rosewood is typically used. You got traditional here, mahogany neck, rosewood back and sides, and a Sitka spruce top. I mean, that is your Martin, your straight, basic bread and butter acoustic guitar. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's your straight bread and butter that was used for many, many moons, many years. I mean, Martin. And then you've got another one. You've got maybe a red cedar top with mahogany back and sides and a mahogany neck.
I've got a little. It's a baritone ukulele, but it's a nice one, and it's got a cedar top and it's got a mahogany back and sides, and I love that combination, mahogany and cedar.
What do you? Okay, here's a question for you. What are some more top woods that you see used on acoustic guitars besides just Sitka spruce and cedar?
First one that pops in my head, probably California redwood.
Yeah, California redwood. That's a good one. I played acoustic guitar not too long ago that was made out of Paduke. That was pretty. Yeah, that was back and sides Paduke. That was pretty interesting.
Back and sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paduke is a really pretty wood, man. It's actually Mark Eubank has used some Paduke in some of his dulcimers.
Wingay, Purple Heart, stuff like that. Purple Heart's really hard wood. Purple Heart's extremely hard. So
it is.
I watched the guy make a neck out of Purple Heart, man, and I felt so bad for him because I know how hard it is with Purple Heart.
Yeah,
it's not a very easy wood. I'll tell you. Don't you have some Tonewood with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got some stuff over. Go ahead, show you my tone. Show you what you got.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this is actually a fretboard blank, but this wood is actually used a lot in back and sides, and it is a premier tone wood for back and sides. I'm going to try to get it up close to you, and maybe some of these guys could guess what this is. I don't know if you can see it well enough.
Yeah, I can see it pretty good. You want me to take a guess at it?
Take a guess at it.
Coca-Cola.
You're exactly right. See, the luthier's coming out in you right now.
Yeah.
This is Cocobolo.
Okay, it does look like a form of rosewood, but Cocobolo is great. It also kind of reminds me of Zercote.
It does.
Yeah, it really does remind me of Zercote as well as,
And the other one is I'm just going to tell you, this is probably not from a guitar standpoint, but from a ukulele player. I'm a ukulele guy, so this right here is probably nearest and dearest to me because of my ukulele playing. And this right here is some really pretty. I don't know if you can see it good.
Yeah.
It is some flamed Hawaiian koa is what this is. And
I love koa guitars, like even ukuleles.
I do too. It's kind of the premier wood for ukulele, so I've actually got a koa ukulele.
So I'm gonna pull something up here to show you guys. So
yeah, I want to see that.
So this is an OM I'm making right now. I don't know how well you guys can see. Look at these back sides. I got the kerfing in. I've got both braces. I've got both. I got where the neck's going to go.
Got your dovetail already in there?
Yeah. I've already got the dovetail joint in there. I've got both my M blocks. And I got my kerfing. I just gotta sand a little bit on the kerfing, and then I'll be ready to put the back on the guitar. The back on the guitar today, hopefully. So I'm pretty excited.
I can't wait. I'm really excited to see that guitar done, man. I can't wait.
It's been a labor of love. I tell people this: if it wasn't for, I run this operation by myself. So therefore, my guitar building sometimes don't get to be as plentiful as I like due to balancing family life, friend life, and then running this by myself. Some weeks I get busy and I don't have a chance to build. I get with stuff inside of here, repairs, different other things, lessons and whatnot.
And then we decided to start our own talk show. So that takes even more of your time away because, it's not like we've got a crew here, guys. This is just us. So.
Yeah, for sure. And so I'm gonna dip in here. We've been talking about wood here. I'm gonna talk about electric guitar and tone on electric guitar. And I'm gonna step on some toes here. I'm 100% gonna step on some toes here. You can hate me for what I'm about to say. You can like, and this is just my opinion. Okay, I have a buddy of mine. I ain't gonna give his name. He don't care that I mention it. We've already talked. But he went out. He plays live, and he sat there one day in his house with probably a bag of 500 plus capacitors, going through putting different
Wow.
capacitors in his guitar to see if he get a different tone, changing out different things. He was
chasing that ghost tone that he's
Yeah.
looking for.
He was so anal about it. He was going through each one, checking it. I mean, trying it. He was doing this probably for a good, like, 5. Yeah. And this is from the famous statements of a great luthier that taught me. When the drummer starts playing, you're not going to be able to tell that tonal difference. The people are not going to be able to tell. Okay? When it comes to the PA system, wherever it comes to, it's going to get muffled off. Or something along those lines.
Especially those little nuances that the capacitor is going to do.
Yes. I mean, he was so anal about that capacitor. I'm not trying to mean this bad, but just checking tone. Some people chase tone in like little areas that are pointless. I know some people, their ear, they got to hear things a certain way. I get it.
Yeah.
But some people chase tone, chase things that are not something that necessarily that's not going to make a difference. I mean, if you want to chase it, and you want to hear it in your own home, and you don't play live, go ahead. I'm not saying don't, but if you're playing, the drummer is not going to be able to. Little differences. I mean, there's guys that will sit there and they'll change pots out to see if one pot gets a different kind of sound, like.
I mean, man, they make so many different effects now that why not just. That's a better avenue for, I would think, to chase. I'm not an electric guitar player, very much, but I would think you could get it with that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's guys that just go through and silliness. I mean, there's a guy that wanted to, I'm happy to change them out for you one after another, but I want to let you know that, I mean, what are some things that you've seen people chase, like in the guitar, that are that you think they've made a big deal out of, but it's not a big deal at all, that they've kind of just got kind of a little bit nuts about?
I don't really have the best examples for that because I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm usually the guy that's chasing the crazy thing, and somebody like you's got to tell me, man, you're freaking out over nothing. But man, I'm picky. Like I said, I'm an acoustic mostly guy, and I am looking for a very distinct tone in my guitars, and that's why, and we're going to get into this because our main things, our main topics is tone and woods, and in the acoustic world, it's a little different than it is in the electric world.
And I'm going to say this. I'm not trying to step on anybody's feet. This is a public opinionation. We're having a civilized discussion. We're not trying to make this in like, oh man, I don't ever want to talk to you again debate. We're trying to make this just an open discussion. Our thoughts, our feelings, okay? Nobody's going to have the same opinionation as you exactly. Okay? This is a famous words when I worked this one job. Opinions, they're like butts. Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. We're here to be friendly, we're here to have a good time, and we're here just to pick each other's ear and to talk about everything. So, okay, tell me, what you've been playing for 20 years. What are some of the best Tonewoods you played on guitar?
I've played Brazilian rosewood guitars before, but I am really a fan of East Indian rosewood.
Yeah, I for sure. I'm right there with you.
And then Koa and East Indian rosewood are two woods that I really like. I like mahogany, but if I could pick Koa, I would pick the Koa instead of the mahogany. I mean, they're similar.
Sure.
They're a lot similar, not in looks really, but in sound they're similar.
Yeah, I mean, I play guitar for countless hours with people and whatnot. I play guitar, guys. I can't play it if it's got mahogany back and sides.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But,
I can play one with any kind of wood on the back and sides. I'm not going to be like that.
Okay, then what if
my favorites are my favorites?
What if I make you a plywood one?
Well, that's where I draw the line. I mean, I'm a guitar for me to want to play a guitar. It's an acoustic guitar, and I don't know about electric, but an acoustic guitar, it's got to at least have a solid top, and I've really, really tried to get all solid wood guitars, but I've been doing this for a long time, so I've just evolved into, I've learned what having a solid wood guitar means, and once I learned what it meant, now I strive for that all the time when I'm shopping.
In comment, please let us know your thoughts, your opinionations, what you think, what we're doing wrong. No, but it's kind of so we're gonna ask, does size matter?
On the guitar, the size of the body of a guitar.
Yeah, does that matter with the tone? Like, what's your opinionations on that?
It changes the tone drastically, but now I prefer smaller bodied guitars, and I can get a really great sound out of these small bodied guitars. Now, if I was playing acoustically to a big audience, they're not as loud. So it does matter in volume, but in quality, not to me. In quality, it does not change anything.
Okay, now this is going to go back to my third question. Or not third, but whatever question. So, what is your favorite body size? I know everybody prefers their own. What's your favorite body size on acoustic guitars?
My favorite body size is a single or double O 12 fret guitar.
Okay, I like OMs.
I like OMs. I like OMs too, but here lately I've got into the single O's and double O's.
And I like a triple dreadnought.
Yeah, I like a dreadnought. Yeah. I mean, it's not the type of music I play. I am suited better to the OMs and the single O's and the double O's.
So I mean,
concert. I guess you'd call them concert size down to parlor size.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, and we're talking about this here. We're talking about the different various topics here on the Tone and Tonewoods and about guitar. I mean, what do you think about laminate back and sides?
I mean, I try to stay away from it. Now, I will say this, like Taylor in their GS Minis, there's a difference in the type of laminate wood that they use, and Takamine uses some of this better stuff too. Like, if you just take two thin pieces of rosewood and laminate them together, that's laminated wood. But it's still two solid pieces of rosewood laminated together. It's layered. But plywood, no, I don't like plywood.
Yeah, for sure. So, I'll tell you, I don't like plywood laminated together. Actually, funny story, and this is not, this is when I lived in Nashville. This guy, he didn't know much about guitar. He bought his first guitar. He thought it was a real Martin. We got to looking and whatnot. It was a laminate back and sides, Chinese fake with plywood laminate. So it was plywood in between. Yeah, but he spent the money on thinking it was a real Martin.
That's so sad.
A D18, thought it was a real one.
Yeah.
And when
my Martin's got a maple back and sides.
Yeah. I'll tell you though, one of my all-time favorite, besides my Gibson Hummingbird now, one of my all-time favorite guitars is probably gonna have to be that one. I can't even spit the words out. That one talk I had, I really loved it. It was a G series, but man, it played so sweet. I mean, I'm sure it was Chinese made, so I'm sure it had laminate back and sides, but man, it was sweet. It had the sound. And back then, when I had that guitar, I was in high school. I was in high school. I didn't know what a setup meant. I didn't know what a good setup actually really meant, stuff like that. Yeah. I didn't know none of that stuff. I was not educated. All I knew was, hey, this guitar played good and it felt good. And that was all I really knew.
Well, then you got lucky to get one in your hands, not knowing what a setup was, and you got lucky that it did play good to you.
Then when I got towards senior year, I started learning more what setup was and all that stuff, and all about, well, hey, I started branching out more, and I got bit by the bug, and then I wanted to become a luthier. But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, I love wood in general. I love different kinds of wood variations. I love wood in general. Yeah, I love, we'll branch off guitars for a second. Your father-in-law, Richard Poole, he makes knives. Is that right?
Yeah. And he usually uses like an ivory or some kind of bone or something like that. But he has used wood and had good results. He's used cocobolo and knives. Some of the first ones he made had cocobolo handles. So, yeah.
Richard, if you're watching, shout out to you and your knives.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's just I like, and this is coming. We're still talking about Tonewood and Tone here, but this is kind of talking me as a luthier. I love the fact, even being a repairman, you can take a guitar, bring new life back into it that it may not have gotten.
Yeah.
Okay, on top of that. And then another story on top of that is, not only are you a luthier, but I like the fact that I can build a guitar. Somebody can play that guitar. They can pass it down from generation to generation. That I built, and they play that guitar. They pass it on down to their kid or grandkid, their grandpass. I want it to be that way. I want to make a guitar brand. I want to make something that's known that people can say, hey, I passed this guitar down, or somebody goes to the music store, hey, that's a Frizzell,
Yeah.
That's what I want to be. I want to make the next great guitars out there for people to love, and I want to bring something to Danville that Danville hasn't have. Like, I want to not only bring a guitar store and repair shop, a luthier shop, I want to be like Dave's Guitar Shop. People travel and get a hotel room to stay just to go see Dave's Guitar Shop or Wildwood. I want to be like that, where people come to Danville to see Frizzell guitars, to see the store, to see the shop, to see that. That is my passion.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I like that. And I think you're on your way with it too, because man, the shop's doing good. So.
Yeah, I work really hard day in and day out for this shop, to do what I can, to bring guitars in there, to lessons and all that. I pour 110%, 125%. I pour everything I have in it.
Yeah.
And because this is my child, this is my baby, this is what I do. I want to work hard to bring great customer service, to take care of people. Because if you take care of people, they're going to take care of you. That's just the truth. You know that, like in real estate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you take care of people, they're going to take care of you. I mean, and, going back on Tonewoods, I think rosewood is absolutely gorgeous. I think Brazilian, any kind of rosewood, I think it's absolutely beautiful.
I've actually got some rosewood here. Here's a pretty piece of rosewood.
Oh, man. Let me see the sides. Oh, man.
That is a guitar made by a company called Pono Guitars.
Let me see the headstock. I haven't seen this one yet, I don't think.
So this company here, they're located. There's a ukulele company called Kualoau, I think is how you pronounce it, and they're down in Hawaii. And some of that family, they make guitars too, and they wanted to make an all solid wood line of guitars that was, attainable to a blue collar player. So they went to down around the French Polynesian Islands. It's an island called Java. Might actually be part of Indonesia, but it's real close to Hawaii, actually. And they're making these guitars down there out of all solid wood with master luthiers that have been doing it for years. And, man, I love the little thing. I mean, it's still like a $1,500 guitar, but, man, it plays and sounds great. If I bought that guitar in a Martin, it would cost $4,000 almost.
Yeah, for sure. So, let us know, you guys, your thoughts, your feelings about today's stream, episode, whatnot. Let us know. We want to hear from you. We want you to interact,
Yeah. You can get a solid wood guitar, guys. You can get a solid wood guitar with really great tone woods in it and not have to spend $3,000 or $4,000. You can do that. Just do your due diligence looking for them.
Yeah, do your diligence and all that kind of stuff. I mean,
and come by and check out Frizzell Guitars. I mean, come by there and let Brandon help you do that due diligence.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of wannabe people out there but you really come here, you're really going to get the knowledge and the skill and the ability of somebody to help you. That's done studying, that's long sleepless nights, up reading about guitars during luthier school, long nights, not even then, just trying to retain knowledge,
Same with this show, man. I mean,
yeah.
Viewers out there, if you got questions, ask the questions, and if we don't know the answer, we will make an honest attempt at trying to get the answer for you.
I mean, I'll tell you, I'm a human being just like Jonathan is, just like all you all watching. We're human beings out here in the world. We're just here to have fun, spread love through the music community.
We don't know everything. We don't do everything perfect, but we do our best at everything we do. So, we want to make this show the best it can be. And
If
if y'all can help us do that by telling us, what you think about what we need to do.
Yeah, for sure. And we want to bring love back to the music industry. That's what I want to do, is say, hey, with this show,
take all the competitiveness and turn it into, people actually trying to help each other get further in their music path,
Yeah, lift a brother up. That's what we're trying to do, lift each other up, to share the love of music, guitars, and whatnot. Whether it may be the same guitar, the same view, we still share a love of one thing. It's guitars, music, dulcimer, banjo, ukulele, mandolin, piano.
Sure, I want to be as good as I can be at the instruments that I play, but I also want the people around me to be as good as they can be too. That way, it's kind of cool when you're sitting around jamming.
I'll tell you, you were pretty solid on that harmonica this morning.
I appreciate it, man. I enjoy playing harmonica. It's something.
And we enjoy that little backing track at the start.
Yeah, that's kind of like becoming a tradition. So I guess we'll carry on with that.
We're gonna be like Hank Williams Jr. over here, family tradition.
We're gonna carry on with that, with the backing tracks, until we get big enough that we can have one of those bands over to the side, like the Roots on Jimmy Fallon. Maybe one day we'll have that band. But man, thanks for coming out, and thanks for watching the show.
Yeah.
If you don't catch it live, catch it later. I mean, you can still go watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Facebook. You don't have to catch us live. We hope you do. That way we can interact with you. But if you don't, still catch it one way or another. And
we can name our band, Jonathan. We could name it the Geneva Sparklers.
A little hit on my hometown there. Yes, I am broadcasting to you live from Geneva, Kentucky, which is a little bitty spot between McKinney and Casey County. But I enjoy doing it. I enjoy coming on here. I think it's going to keep getting better, and we'll just keep getting new topics and keep trying to make new content that everybody likes. And
hey,
we're glad you watch.
Hey, don't you got some trivia? Yeah, let's do some trivia.
Yeah, we do have some trivia here. We were going to do this last week on our last episode, but
technical difficulties.
We saved it until this week because we wanted it to go really good.
And,
so on our trivia, what we try to do is just throw out random questions, and then we watch your comments. We want to see what you know about these topics, what you know about guitar, music, and just all instruments. So what you got, Brandon?
Well,
first question.
Before the first question, real quick, I forgot to mention this a while ago. Once again, we want to thank Kevin Collier for coming out last week and making that a memorable episode for us. He was a heck of a great guy, and I appreciate him coming out last week and whatnot. So let's ask some trivia. So we got Jonathan Bryant, since is watching here. So you're a Gibson Custom Shop employee, so you ought to know this one. So when was the Les Paul Custom released? What year was the Les Paul Custom released, the LPC?
I'm not so knowledgeable on Gibson. 55, maybe. Nope. I can tell by your eyes.
No. So when was the LPC released? Les Paul Custom.
Come on, Justin Hamilton.
Who's Justin Hamilton?
That's my brother-in-law. He was watching earlier.
Oh, yeah. What you got? Les Paul Custom. What year was it released? I'm going to say... I know the answer. We're going to give it a few more seconds. We're going to give it to the Strike 50, 58, or 57. I don't know. Yeah. We'll give it to the clock on my end, Strikes 57, because I know we're a little bit lagging behind due to streaming rules. Yeah. So... we're going to give it to 57. What year was the Les Paul Custom released? First one to put in the comment section gets it right. So, Les Paul Custom, the Les Paul Custom. Strike Clocks 47 on my end is when we're going to give it away. So,
Actually, my brother-in-law Justin, he had one, a Les Paul Custom.
must be nice. I wish I had one. All right, so the Les Paul Custom. We're just going to go ahead and, because this has been a long minute. Les Paul Custom was released in 1954. It completed a solid mahogany body with double binding, and a diamond headstock logo with the mother of pearl inlay, and it was no telling what the price was back then, but 1954. So, Jonathan, what you got next?
Yeah, I got one. So we've talked a little bit about Tonewoods today, so this is kind of plays into that. So what Tonewood is most commonly used for acoustic guitar tops?
Let's see.
I know you know, because you're a luthier.
Is it let's see here. Is it bark?
Yeah, right. All right, I'm gonna give them about 30 seconds here. If somebody throws something out there. Come on, guys, get in on this.
Well, what you got? Is it alder?
You know better than that. Let's narrow them down to two, and let's narrow them down to three. Is it spruce? Is it cedar? Or is it redwood? It's spruce, guys.
I thought it was redwood. Oh man, I was wrong. No.
Yeah, I highly doubt that. The answer is spruce, and there's several types of spruce.
All right. So another question is, what was the first electric guitar, and who made it? Excellent. It's a little corny. Excellent. Yes. So, what was the first electric guitar? Who made it? We're gonna give 50 after strikes. We're gonna give it. So, you have any ideas? I know you probably know.
I know. So I'm not gonna throw it out there just yet. I'll give you the answer when the 50 strikes.
All right. So I'll give you all.
Watch me be wrong.
All right, I'm gonna give you a hint here. Well, actually, no. I want to hear his answer. Then
Rickenbacker.
Yes, and what was it called?
Frying pan.
Nailed it.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that's okay.
Yeah, it was a frying pan.
Yeah.
What you got for your next question? This will be our last question for the day.
My next question. Now, this is a company that's near and dear to me anyway. Not so much to Brandon, but what city and state are the U.S.-made Martin guitars built in? City and state. Come on, guys. And if you watch this later, not live, still throw those answers out there because we want to see what we got out there. Who's watching?
Ooh, Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois. City and state. City and state.
New York City, New York. McKinney, Kentucky.
Should I give this answer now, or should I wait?
Wait.
And see if anybody gets it.
Wait a second. It's not in McKinney, Kentucky?
Oh, no, it's not McKinney.
Somebody commented, no, Donald Matherly, it is not.
It is not Nashville. Martin Guitars, C.F. Martin and Company.
I'll give you one more chance here, and then
that would be a good guess for any company question like that for a guitar company. You know, if you throw Nashville out, you've got a pretty decent chance of being right when it's music topic. But no,
wait a second.
Time.
Wait a second. It's in Fullerton, California.
Nope.
It's in Corona, California.
No, there's some cool guys over there in Corona, California making guitars, but not C.F. Martin. It is I'm gonna give it to you. It is Nazareth, Pennsylvania.
What?
And Brandon,
I thought it was
already,
Chicago.
You,
Dang it.
you knew that.
Yeah, I did. All right, so actually I'm going to ask one more, and then we're going to end it there to make it fair. So, I'm going to ask a question here. I'm going to ask a question here. So, what is one of the... It's going to be an easy one. A very, very easy question. So, name an artist that was famously noted for playing a black SG on stage. And had a lot of onstage movement. He played a black SG, and he was most famously noted on stage, and he is from Australia. That's a dead giveaway right there.
I know this one, but I'm going to give somebody else a chance to answer this.
So did you figure it out?
Actually, I can't think of his actual name. I know who it is, so I'm just playing like I know. But I really don't. I can't think of his name right now.
But you know the group, don't you?
Why, sure I know the group. AC/DC.
You come on, really? I was not wanting you to give that out, but okay.
Sorry. Hey, somebody's still got to come up with that name because I can't think of that name.
He was on a highway to hell. I'm kidding. That was so corny. All right. I can't think of his name now. I lost it.
We have lost the guy's name. Come on, guys. Come on, somebody help us out. Who's playing that black SG for AC/DC? Who is that guy? Come on, guys.
Come on.
Nobody's going to help me. Come on.
Just give it to him.
Yeah, I'm trying. I can't think of his name. I'm going to have to be reminded of his name. This is terrible for guitar players not to know these guys' names.
And we know this. It's just that I had it in my head like 2 minutes ago, and now he got me, and I'm drawing a blank. It wasn't Paul Stanley, was it? No, I'm kidding. That's Kiss.
Come on, guys. Y'all know this.
All right, tell it to him.
You talking about Angus?
Yes, Angus Young.
Come on, man.
You make me want a burger now.
I can't believe Justin didn't jump back in there and say that. I can't believe he's disappeared on me, I guess.
Yes, so yeah.
I'm a product of I graduated in the 2000s, so I'm not a product of the 80s or the even
All right.
And plus, I play acoustic guitar mostly, so.
Let's go with final thoughts here. Start with your final thoughts.
Final thoughts. My final thoughts. Everybody needs to check out Brad Harden because he rocks. Everybody needs to study up on their Tonewoods because it does make a difference in a lot of circumstances depending on what type of sound you're trying to get and how much money you want to spend. So do your homework on your Tonewoods. Check out Brad Harden and come back and check out the FretJob because we've got big episodes. We're always trying to bring big episodes. So, we're going to try to get good guests in here. We're going to try to create good content for you all to get on here and check out. So that's my final thoughts. What you got?
Like you said, go check out Brad. Brad, I'll tell you one thing about Brad right now. He is such a humble man. He is such a humble dude. He is killer voice. I put money that in Central Kentucky, he's the best country music singer. He's one of the best in Kentucky. Yeah. I'm sorry. Step on your toes, but I think he's better than any of the other guys that are around here. He's better. He's going to go big, and I can't wait to be there for when he does because this man deserves it.
I like to see these local guys I like to see their careers take off. And another person you all need to check out. You all need to. All you Chris Young fans out there, y'all need to keep on supporting the Chris Young band. Kevin Collier, man.
Yeah,
He's really awesome guitar player. I can't wait to have him back on the show. Hopefully, but
it was really fun having him on and whatnot. And thanks for bearing with us in that crazy episode last week.
Yep, they're gonna keep keep getting better at doing this and keep striving to do better at it.
Yeah.
We appreciate you all coming out and watching today.
Yeah, and my tip of the day, which we forgot about the tips, but I'm gonna throw a tip out anyway. So my luthier tip of the day is make sure that you store your guitar in a room that's at least 70 degrees, and make sure you keep it on a stand or in a case. Make sure you're not having it leaning up against the wall or certain stuff like that. Make sure you take care of your guitar, because if you do that, your guitar will take care of you. Your instrument.
Yep.
If you take care of your instrument will take care of you. And Jonathan, hit us away with a playing tip.
A playing tip. Change your strings. If you feel like your guitar is getting hard to play, change your strings, man, because they're probably dead. If it doesn't sound good to you, they're dead. Just put some new ones on there. Check out coated strings. There's several different ones. Just, give
Paradigms
it a shot.
are my shot and whatnot. And
yeah, if you don't like changing strings that often, check out a coated string. But man, just like he said, it's also the luthier tips. Some of them are also player tips.
Yeah. So I'm Brandon Edwards.
I'm Jonathan McWhorter.
And this is the FretJob.
Y'all have a good week.
We're signing out.